Millennium Liquors. The Millennium Liquors problem demonstrates the relationship between order quantity and setup and holding costs. For Part A, we need to account for the holding costs. In this problem, holding costs include both inventory costs and refrigeration costs. We've been told that the cost of capital includes all inventory-related costs and that it is 15% on an annualized basis. To convert this to a weekly number, we can divide by 50 since the problem states that that's the number of weeks over which demand occurs. This yields a cost of capital on a weekly basis of 0.3%. Multiplying that times $120 per case gives us an inventory cost of 36 cents per case. Let's remember, though, to also include the $3 of cost per case for refrigeration, which gives us a total holding cost of $3.36 per case. Moving on to Part B. Once we know the holding cost and the setup costs given in the problem, we can determine how frequently and at what quantity we should be placing orders of wine to minimize our costs. To do this, we must use the economic order quantity formula, which is equal to the square root of 2 times the setup costs times the flow rate, which in this case will be our weekly demand, all over the holding cost. Our setup costs include both the shipping cost of $290 as well as the $10 labor costs. These are fixed for each time we place an order. Let's substitute all of these data points into the equation then and solve. It's 2 times 290 plus 10 times the weekly demand of 45 cases all over the holding cost of $3.36 that we just solved for. This results in an order quantity of 89.64 cases in order. To then determine the number of orders per year, we must determine the annual demand. Which is equal to the weekly demand of 45 times the 50 weeks of demand, or 2250. Dividing 2250 over 89.64 gives us an approximate number of orders per year of 25. These are the answers to Part B. For Part C, it asks us what the impact of decreasing the labor costs associated with each order would be on ordering patterns. This would decrease the setup costs, which is in the numerator of the EOQ formula. As a result, the EOQ would decrease, and in turn, the frequency of orders would increase since annual demand would not be affected. In turn, this would also result in lower levels of inventory. That's the answer to Part C.